GCUE.
The podcast you have been waiting for.
6 friends, 6 opinions, infinite laughs.
You're watching history in the making.
You don't have to open up your eyes, you can clearly see.
The number one podcast is GCUE. 20 years of brotherhood. The Q La Familia. Raw, uncut, uncensored, and unfiltered. Bub's opinionated. Why Eddie keep you laughing? Steve will get the tea while Shot tells us all what's happening. Spiritual or natural. I'm here for the thrills. And when it comes to PJ, y'all, please say the real. From quick hits, heavy lifting, the mass to the week. We getting ratings through the roof every time that we speak. PA, GA to the Aspens, turning podcasts into under-table has-been. Sports, entertainment, and current events. Sometimes we get pissed, so the crew got a vent. So when Friday night come, you know just what to do. Sit back, put up your feet, and now rocking with the Q. Do you know what time it is? It's time for the one and only GQ podcast. That's GCUE, not to be affiliated with the magazine and the company. It's your boy Bug, straight out the 804, and as usual, I'm with the fellas, the usual suspects, as I like to call them, my Q La Familia. We're going to go ahead and go around and get these introductions. Go ahead and set it off, Bob.
What's up, people? It's your first time with us. We welcome you. If it's not your first time, we welcome you back. We just got a quick little commentary for you and just check out what we got to say so you can enjoy the show.
Word, we're going to go down and switch it up a little bit to the black and yellow den. Let's go, Eddie.
What's up? Ready to go. Let's go.
All right, we're going to keep it in the 717. What's really good, Steve?
I don't know, man. Let's find out.
That's what I'm talking about. Last but not least, we're going to go down to ATL, Mr. Suave Magazine itself. Shot, let's go.
So, you know what I mean? We had some fun for a little bit, so y'all enjoy those clips. But in the meantime, you know, let's jump into this Ja Morant. How do you say his last name? Is it Morant?
Morant.
All right, you know, he
ain't trying to act like he's Creole or nothing. He's regular black. Ja Morant. There's not no accent mark.
It's Morant.
Morant. Okay. I mean, he had a moment. He had a moment in Denver. He was at a club, you know what I mean, vibing out, listening to some music, dancing. Showed a little pistol, like a pea shooter. And now he's in the shitload of trouble. So, question stands: is it too much? Is Ja Morant circle his problem? Is Ja Morant the problem? Did the league overreact? Like, what do y'all think about this?
So,
okay, go ahead, Steve.
The pistol, like, you a grown man, take a picture with a pistol, fine. I mean, I think it's whack to do that. Like, I'm pretty sure we all own guns. I don't know how many take pictures with them. Exactly. But the thing about it is, he was on a road trip. So that's the thing, is how do you get a gun? Because if he took it on the plane, that's more than half a season suspension. So it ain't really like he got a gun. Now, it was dumb to post a picture with the gun after all the shit that came out, but to have a gun on the road is like, all right, how'd you get this? Now you're just inviting problems to yourself. I don't really have no sayings on this surfboard or nothing. I saw something though that did say like he's like the NBA's Papa Doc from 8 Mile, but I don't know how true that is. But you know,
my God, yo,
Wonderful.
I think that to Steve's point, like Gilbert Arenas, when he came to the arena and literally dropped guns in the joint and pulled that shit out, he got 50 games. I think it's a matter of him being 23 years old, being just thrusted into the spotlight because he is one of the newer, like LeBron and them on the back end of their career. I think that he was one of the athletes that they planned on marketing. The irony in it, like Powerade was getting ready to relaunch their brand under him. He got the new Nike contract, and I think that, you know, he had a lot of things that were going in a positive direction. And I still think he does. I just think, honestly, he just made some 23-year-old mistakes. Like, I can't imagine, like, I was a noodle making decent money at 22 years old. I can't imagine having $200 million at that same thing, I probably would really be obnoxious. So I'm never going to act like I wasn't always mature, like I was always mature in a family.
Always.
Hell no.
Are you yet?
No, I'm not. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? I still make mistakes at 43. So I'm definitely not going to chastise a 23-year-old for being a 23-year-old. You know what I mean? And the thing is, it's instant. Like fame, there's no true way to prepare you for fame. And that type of money. Because like, again, he's in the 1 percentile. He's not even just getting money. Like, you know what I mean? He's plastered all over people. People are invested in him. So there's no way just to say, hey, you do this. Nah. 2 years ago, nobody gave a fuck who he was. He was at Murray State. You know what I mean? So I just think it's a learning lesson, and he's young, and he'll bounce back, hopefully.
You know what? I can agree with that. What you know, what I mean, what you're saying, and I mean, I basically feel the same way. Like like I think he will learn from it. I don't think he did nothing too crazy. Like he didn't kill nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And like he do nothing like ridiculously. I mean, okay, what he did was ridiculous, but it's like he can still bounce back. I think all of his endorsements will still be there. You know what I'm saying? He just needs to focus now. Like you said, he's young and he's $200 million. Man, cuz he better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he better than me. Cause I probably would find a way to piss that away, man.
Don't
like,
even speak, cuz. Don't tell her yourself.
but I do want to. I want to say something about his dad, though. I think his dad comes across like trying to be his friend more so than his dad. That's just my opinion. Seeing him, I don't know him personally, obviously, but just what I see when I see them together, it doesn't seem like. Think about the Shannon Sharp situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think his dad handled that really right. Like he got not Sonny, and I don't know like the dynamics of the relationship because you know when his son's the millionaire, so maybe he might you know. I've heard that when people come into money like that, you know the younger one sits at the head of the table because they pay the cost to be the boss, which is kind of strange, but to each his own. All I'm saying, I think his dad need to just like get a hold of your son. Like you the one, man. Like you have so much responsibilities. Like you gotta get your shit together, son. Like seriously,
can I ask
you
you
gonna
a
fuck up our money.
On that, real quick, before somebody else go, just why you said that, Eddie. Can we not act like one, Ja didn't grow up broke. You know what I mean? And that his dad had a major part in that. Like, you know what I mean? His dad wasn't his life. Second, let's not forget rule number one. All of us have been young. Our parents have gave us jewels, and we still disregarded them. So who's not to say that his dad hasn't told him, "Hey, Ja, you might want to slow down." Yeah, Dad, cool. But like you said, I got $200 million, Dad. I got this, cuz. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've done it, and I didn't have nowhere near any $1 million. You know what I mean? So I think it's unfair to try to blame the dad when the dad's been in his life and actually is one of the people that got him. No, I'm not blaming him, cuz. I think he's become a little stronger at it, cuz. No, and I'm not saying you, because a lot of people do.
I don't want to disrespect that man, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Go ahead, my fault.
No, you're good.
No, we get what you're
saying. A lot of people do want to say like the dad, and I'm like, well, he's there, and the dad is part of the reason that he's even there. You know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right, yeah.
You know what
and
I mean?
I give his dad credit for that, yeah.
Exactly. But we've all disregarded something that our parents said. So that's why I said you can't really put it, because he's legally a grown man, and he's also a father himself. So you can disregard what your parents say for less money. You know what I mean? Like people do that shit.
I get it, but like I still listen to my grandpa, cuz like if I'm having issues in life, whatever my grandpa says, I kind of take his word for it,
cuz. Don't get on this platform.
But I think
you listen to everything your parents told you.
Not everything, but
exactly. That's my point.
I think.
Go ahead, my fault, Sean. Go ahead.
No, I think to Bub's point, it's like you pick one day out of 365, and you make that mistake on that one day, and then it's like you say now, like your life is in disarray because this is what you did that day. There's days that there's shit that I think if anybody had a day or a moment that was aired out, we all be in that situation. I don't think that. I guess policy-wise, whatever the conduct code is for the NBA, I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with maybe that has a point to do with the repercussions of it. Maybe there is something in there about You know what I mean? Having weapons. I don't think I've ever seen another.
Yo, you gonna
NBA
say
player.
maybe?
I'm saying I don't know because I'm not gonna say
Now,
what's
with
in there.
real quick, shot. Gilbert Arenas, when they had those guns, he was suspended for 50 games for bringing those guns with him and Nick Young had that whole incident in Washington. You can't. They're like schools and federal buildings. You can't bring them to no NBA facility.
Which is what I was going to touch on.
That's why
It's
when
crazy.
Steve was saying if he traveled with it, he already had it, so that's already a violation. Go ahead.
So can he not take it on the plane, or he can't bring it in the arena?
You can't take it on the
Period.
plane.
You can't
Had
have
to
it.
take it on the plane.
In order, how do you get to the plane? You ride
I mean, you
the
can
bus
take a
to
gun
the
to the
arena.
airport. You can take a gun to an airport.
Like,
I thought they
could-
ride the team bus to the airport.
No, it's the team, but
No,
this
that's
the
what I'm
thing.
saying. Like, no, I
Team
mean, like
bus,
a person
yeah.
can take one. Yeah,
Yeah, so
but
they
Team
ride the
bus,
arena.
So that's-
team plane is
Yeah.
off limits.
so
It's
anything NBA affiliated can have a weapon on it from the player.
No.
right.
Got it.
But I'm
Correct.
saying, like, if he
So,
got
correct.
it like from somebody who was there, then like he's fine.
Then that's
But-
the second thing. What if it's not his gun? What if that's
But
like
let
one of the dudes he's with's gun?
It was
Well,
just
let me-
dumb as fuck to take the picture with the gun, knowing that you got like you in the
Well-
spotlight now for a bunch of dumb shit that
Yeah.
allegedly happened. And
Yeah.
it's just
Specifically,
be like,
pulling the gun out on that young boy. That's the key component with this.
But
gun.
they said that was
That's
a different time though, right?
It don't matter.
That was about a
He's
year
still
ago, but that's
underage.
still.
Like,
yeah,
he was like
17,
14, now he's 17, and then you pull a gun
Oh,
out.
okay.
So that's going to get more.
But
Go ahead.
even in that situation, they're saying like allegedly that's what happened. That's what the boys said. Like
Right.
they're saying like there's no proof that he actually did that.
Yeah, but this don't help.
That's
You
true.
just pulled it out.
It
There's no
don't.
reason to.
Hold on. One thing I want to say, I hear y'all, and I had this conversation at work too. Yeah, he's 23. Yeah, he made a mistake. Yeah, we all made mistakes. But let's be clear, and this is point blank, black and white. By him being who he is and where he is, he's held to a higher standard.
Yeah.
He knows the expectancy, just like everybody
He
else
doesn't.
knows. But
Yeah,
that's
he's
the
23
no.
years old.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Expectation.
Listen to what I'm saying. And I don't know who's around him, but everybody that comes into the league, unless you're a rookie or like your second year, you've been around enough veteran players on your team through the first couple years to know the ropes. There is nothing new under the sun that you should not know by your third year, non-playing. Policy wise,
Ain't no veteran players on this team to make him hold himself accountable.
yeah. Well, listen to
Nah,
what I'm
Steve-
saying. Though.
They said
Steven
that
Adams
tell the
is-
players older than me.
Steven Adams is a veteran player.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
not-
not because
Let
now
me finish
now-
my point though. Hold on, let me finish my point though. My point is this: the expectancy is they acting like this
Expectation.
is. I mean, no, but I mean he knows the expectancy. That you know what's expected of him.
Expectation.
Listen to me.
Expectation.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Now, my thing is this: don't come at like this is new, like this whole little behavioral thing he got going on. Like he made a mistake. No, he always tries to portray himself. I can fight. I'm a thug. I'm this. I'm that. He never was a thug. He went to private school. You right, his mom and dad was in the house, but he's been portraying himself as this, and it finally caught up with him. I'm not gonna make excuses for him. This is what he wanted to portray that he's in. This is the role that he wanted to play, and now it caught up with him, and he got to go through the consequences. Now, when he comes back, is this? But my question is this
I gotta
going to humble him, or is he going to pick up where he left off and come back the same way?
But
Let me
I
answer
think
that real quick. He's a grown man. He's grown enough to know that he's wrong. He's young enough to do dumb shit, but he's grown enough to know that he's wrong. That's why I said I think that he will get it together. You don't think that he's going to be like, yo, I got kids and people that look after me? I think he'll get that shit together, because there's enough examples of young athletes like LeBron. You know what I'm saying? I heard good things about Jason Tatum. There's enough of those good guys that actually.
But he's 23 years old, and I get it. But you acting like again, he's 23 years old.
Okay,
And
like
hold
LeBron
up,
was 23, Steph was 23, D Wade 23,
Yeah.
Carmelo
But
Anthony
also-
23. None of them never had nothing like that on them.
Yes, they did.
Let's be clear.
Well, Carmelo definitely did.
actually spoke on the
Carmelo
fact
did a whole lot
that
of
David
shit.
Stern pulled him aside
Yeah.
for that 15-game suspension and said, "Yo, my man, I know everything about what you do." You know what I mean? So my thing is, Bugs, but I'm not even going about. Let's just stop acting as if we went from high school to straight adults and parents. Stop acting like we weren't 23 and 24, 25. Did you make mistakes at 26?
We didn't sign no
Did you make
contract.
mistakes?
No, because
It
I
don't
didn't sign
matter
no.
about that.
It does. It
Yo,
does
you
matter.
putting the onus-
If you sign the contract saying you gonna be role model like, or you gonna follow
No,
policy,
he said-
or you gonna
no,
do this,
you-
then that's
You don't
what.
sign a contract
No,
saying you're a
no.
role model.
His
You just
contract
happen
is not
to.
because-
No.
No, if you
No.
gotta-
I
gotta
said
code the
role
contract
model
like
like,
that.
meaning those
No.
guidelines that
His
they put in
contract
there,
doesn't
parameters.
have a role- No, his job. Listen, his contract is because, yo, I'm great at what I do. You're willing to pay me this amount because I'm going to attract people. It has no role model type shit.
That's a lie. No, listen to what I'm saying. I didn't say it had role model stuff in there, but it's also in there. Everything you do, you are a reflection of what? The National Basketball Association.
Listen, and
Let's be
again,
clear.
Again, so there's never been nobody 25 to fuck up 26, 7.
Yeah,
Nah,
like old boy that played for
What, you
Milwaukee
giving-
that
you
couldn't
giving
stop
too
smoking
much-
weed.
So wait, I'm agreeing
Yo.
with books. I'm agreeing with books to a degree.
Listen,
When you
I work at
when
my
you
job, and
Hold on,
you
hold
give, you, at your job, Bugs, right? When you sign your job, you know you've been
Yeah.
at your job for years. Anything you do crazy outside, again, is a part of
It's a reflection of
the
that. Yeah,
representation of that, right?
yeah.
All right, cool. But you still can make your own decisions, and you're 43. Now they'll look at you as a fool. When you're 23, they be like, "Man, he's young." But as a 44-year-old man, they be like, "Damn, he has a family and
but
kids." It's different from 23.
I think it's
23.
different. Even but if you're 23 but
It's still
200 million
different
behind you,
situation.
you're 23
not.
with 200 mil behind you. Like you have to make better decisions. Like the
Yo.
weight is different.
Yeah, the world is
But
different.
that's a fact, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen.
But
It
That's-
doesn't mean it doesn't
That's
mean
how
it's not.
y'all view it, though. Because
Nah,
he's
it's not
still
even how we view it.
He's
So
still human.
if all right.
No, he
say
is
for
human. He's
Nah,
allowed to
nah,
make
hold on.
mistakes.
But
So
that's-
for instance,
all right.
all
That's
of
it,
us
though.
right now, none of
You
us
know how to make
have
mistakes,
200
right?
million behind us.
But there's certain things as a player you just don't do.
Hold on.
Period.
None of us have 200 million behind us, right? If you did
wish.
something right now on social
yet.
media, your job finds out and they fire you. It's the same thing.
Can I tell you something? My job on fire and I got my own business.
Fam, if your job finds
Let them know. Let them
That's
fucking know.
no, you got your own business, right? You got your
I
DOT, you got your DOT number.
like
If
that.
you get multiple DUIs, what happens?
Oh,
I'm gonna take my license, cuz, but now you're being
Nah.
too technical.
That's not being too technical. That's not being too technical. I can't be fired. You can't be fired, but we can take your chair from you. Like, ride a bike.
You know what? I could put somebody else in that truck and make it work for me.
Let them fucking know.
But that's what I'm saying.
Your
But there's
circumstances,
consequences for our
I'm
actions.
gonna tell you this, Sean.
Nah, that's real, cuz.
You said, so to your point, if we do something right, so he's not fired.
No, he's not fired.
Stand behind you.
Oh, nah, he's not gonna get
No.
fired.
So none of them stepped off, and why? Because he's too much of an earner for them. Because the money, the youth
But-
that he is great. No, hold up. What he provide for them
Yeah.
is greater, and that's the thing. Right now, because he's 23, he's not like Kyrie's 27. They stepped off of him. You know what I mean? 29 or whatever.
But this is what I'm saying. Nobody stepped
But you got to
up.
keep in mind what he did wasn't bad enough yet.
But
That's really what it is.
It's not even that it's not bad enough yet. The
Hold
pressure's
on.
not on
I
yet
think
either.
what's happening is this, though. A lot of people
Yeah.
are waiting, believe it or not, to see what the NBA rules on him. Because I think
Right.
that's going to play a part. If they suspend this man for a whole year, I don't believe every
for a whole
spot.
year, cuz. Well,
You don't
maybe
know
the remainder
that.
of this year.
He said right now,
maybe the
indefinite,
remainder of
correct?
this year. But that's not a whole year. That's like,
But
what is it,
even
like
if he gets
15
the
or 20
remainder of
games
this
left
year,
in
they
the
would
playoffs?
tack on. Nah, but they would
Cuz
tack on.
he's gonna keep his endorsements, cuz it wasn't that bad.
Nah,
it was
but
bad, but it wasn't.
It wasn't
bad.
that bad in your eyes.
That's the thing. You're keeping your endorsements.
It's
right
not
now.
that bad in the world's eyes. Like people are just right now they're attacking his character, cuz.
The only thing
But it's
that's
because
gonna-
he's young. He's allowed to make
the only
mistakes.
thing that's going to affect him for real is if the situation with the young kid is something that they end up deciding to press charges, because they didn't press charges initially. They didn't find anything, but now they're reinvestigating these situations. And along with that, so they're gonna, if they connect the fact that he took the gun there, they're gonna tie that with that situation with the gun here. That's the only possibility. Nike already released a statement saying they accepted, they're standing behind him.
They're standing behind him.
They got too much money.
They're standing behind him,
already.
focusing on his life at the moment, is what they
Right.
said.
Yeah.
But
They said they're gonna allow him
until, but
and
you
they
know how
respect the fact that he apologized.
But you know how the gun shit works. When them Parkland High School kids decide to come down to the NBA and have a little sit down with commissioners, shit starts changing.
That's the point I'm making.
When they
It's
start
behind
going
the
to these
scenes.
places and saying
Again,
you're
What
endorsing
you're saying,
this,
what I said the key component is gonna be that incident with the young kid.
Not- it's not-
Yeah.
Yo,
See,
they
this
don't
is what I'm.
listen.
not because
Hold on,
it's
niggas-
the
niggas in
gun.
league
It's
carry
the
guns.
Nah,
That
that's not, I'm
incident
not.
when
I'm
he
not
beat
saying
up the
that.
young
I'm
boy,
saying
he stomped. They said he allegedly stomped the young boy out and had
beyond
his gun on.
beyond
That's
this
what's gonna
beyond
Listen
this
to what I'm
beyond this-
saying.
beyond this
I'm not
young
just
boy.
talking about that case, man. I'm not talking about just that young boy. I'm talking about gun activists, period.
Right. You
The
got this
fact
whole
that he
you
had
got
a
this
gun,
conversation
and you
right
got
now.
people that hate guns now,
Right.
more prevalent, trying to take guns, and now this NBA player gets caught on camera with a gun after an instance where he supposedly used the gun. I know it's a mistake on his part, but I'm talking about the further repercussions on a national level. It's beyond NBA. It's beyond that one case. It's just what it is. Watch.
Because-
We'll see how it
Cuz he's a
plays out.
top earner, cuz it wasn't
Yes.
that bad yet.
Nah,
All right.
Anyway,
We'll
so
see.
he's not. It's nothing. Yo,
We'll
money
see.
talks. Money talks.
We'll
money,
see.
Like,
money
We
talks.
gonna
top
see.
earner, cuz.
Money
We
talks, but
gonna
it also rolls to the next person.
Okay, can we all
So
agree
you're-
that right now? Let's just say nothing comes other than like there's no formal charges, and they go, all right, well, we determined this, like we're going to suspend the remainder of this regular NBA season or whatever.
He's
All
gonna
right,
go
it's
on
not
the
a full season.
He's
I
gonna
don't
go on
think.
the Pog
I think
Tour.
he'll come back next year, and as long as he doesn't do anything else, he's going to be fine. He's going to be totally fine, cuz. Like,
Here's how it works. The gun policy is the 50 games. The 50 games is the gun policy.
I was about to tell Eddie, if he gets the rest of this season, he gonna have half of the
17, right.
beginning too.
It's 17 this season,
Ain't just this
depending
one.
on whatever goes to the playoffs, and then next season, right? All right, cool. The key component is the criminal aspect of it, because
Yeah,
the
that's
job
what
is
I
the job.
said.
That's the guideline.
If
That's
no
the
criminal
guidelines,
charges,
like, you know what I mean? Like all that
But
other
that's-
shit. Go be
That's
what it is,
different.
like,
That's different.
It is
These,
different.
when these-
And I
when
want to
these-
talk
when these-
about that
hold on,
that
fam.
silent
When these-
hurt. Go ahead. No,
hold
go
on.
ahead. Go ahead.
when these white high school kids that are out here protesting gun everything go to the NBA and say you're endorsing him and you're protecting something that he did that endangers all of us,
Told you.
and they start going down that route and then they make an example out of that dude, it becomes a bigger problem.
Steve called flag on the play.
The gun violence is him posting the picture with the gun.
You
right.
said what?
Nah.
The gun violence is what? The thing that he
Because he
that
didn't
hit the young
do
boy
no
with the
gun
That's what I'm
violence.
saying. He didn't do anything. It's just the simple fact that he
That's
had his
what I'm
gun.
The fact that he had
But-
it. Just the
But
fact
that's
that he
but
had
that
it. That's the,
but that's what they'll use that, and it's
Nah.
you'll go back to you'll go
I call
back to
bullshit on that, cuz.
Nah.
not, and I'm not saying it's not bullshit, but you have to realize like the political play around it, like
Man,
you have to
I
become the
understand.
example now.
hold on.
But I don't think
Bob.
it's gonna go to that extent.
But
I ain't
hold
wasting
on,
their time on
Bob.
that bullshit.
You remember this just as clear as day. You remember? I think it was our second championship. We had won in Miami with LeBron. All of them was in the club after the fact. They were smoking stogies. But you remember that big rave and that big thing in the newspaper? Did LeBron have a blunt? Was that a blunt he was smoking? Was it marijuana? It was up for like days. They were so concerned about LeBron having a blunt. LeBron having a
What happened
blunt.
to LeBron, cuz?
And what
And all he
came of
had
it?
was a
He's
cigar.
rich as
It
fuck,
was a
cuz.
cigar.
What came of it?
But
Besides
that's the
these
point I'm
headlines?
trying to
It's
make.
Cuz like a
That
billionaire
was
or something
something-
almost.
That was
Different
something
things.
minor. Something minor is a cigar. That's what I'm saying.
I think
Cuz
And we're
on
talking
the
about a
team
whole
one day.
gun, bro. Never mind. We'll see. I
They're
want to
two
see how it
different
plays out, and I want to revisit this after the disciplinary, actions come down. I really do.
I'm with you.
What you got, Steve? Hold up, Steve got his temple. So look, it's
Nothing.
What is
I
that?
got
Is that a
It's so-
stogie?
it's-
I got
it's
nothing
going to the
else.
thing. I want to
No,
hear.
I got
Go ahead.
nothing. I got nothing. No, I don't have nothing else because I don't understand. There's nothing else. There's nothing to it. Like, if he gets convicted with any of these things that may or may not have happened, then sure, there's gonna be some penalties. But
Right.
white kids protesting, he posted on Instagram with a gun. The NBA's promoting gun violence. Don't make sense to me.
It don't make
nah.
sense. But it's
Nah.
it's,
I,
it's
Nah.
it's
how-
Strip
not
club
even,
or
it's
something,
not
wasn't
even a
he?
likely outcome. It doesn't matter. I don't know where it was, but the thing is,
Was that a
it was
club?
just because he was on a road trip and had a pistol. That's
Because
what
he
it
either
was.
had to take it on the team bus
'Cause
or the
if he-
team
No, he
plane.
could have had somebody there at the place bring it to him. It doesn't mean that he had to take it on the bus.
That's why there's an
could've. I'm
investigation.
speaking
Because
hypothesis.
if they was
That's
in
my
Memphis,
hypothesis.
That's the
if
thing.
the team
all
was
one of
at
his
home
homies
and he
gotta
posted
say
that
is-
gun,
Right.
there wouldn't be
All
no
somebody
nothing.
got to say that was my gun that he was holding. I get it.
Yeah.
And then the play
That's
is,
it.
but the true play is, and that's why they reopened that. There was already rumblings last year about the circumstance with him and the young boy. You know what I mean? It was during this year, even right before he signed the Nike contract, they brought that back to attention. They was like, "Oh, how are you going to sign the contract?" But now it just brings more light to it because he just flashed that shit on Saturday.
Right.
So,
This is stupid.
like you
shit.
said, if one of them dudes take it and just be like, "Yo, that's
But-
just like."
hold on, because when you check a bag on a plane, don't they have to mark down what bag had a gun in it?
If you check a bag, if you have a gun and you check a bag, you got to tell them this bag has a gun in it. Like,
And then
yeah,
flag that bag for having a gun.
but you can't check a bag with a gun in it on an NBA flight.
Don't it have to go through TSA? Or am I wrong?
It's an NBA rule. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
an
their
airport
rule.
rule. It's an NBA
No,
rule.
I'm saying, but the planes, the players that have to go through TSA or no?
I never flew
Yeah,
private. I don't know how that
yeah.
shit works.
I don't know either.
But
Nah, I don't think the team. If it's a team plane, then I don't think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah,
Because New England flies on the team plane. That's Kraft's
every
plane.
team, yeah.
So why would he have to go through metal
You got-
detectors? That's their plane.
any of y'all ever flew on a private jet?
No.
Nope.
Not
How,
yet.
how are we gonna
Not
answer
yet.
that question?
I'm saying, like, I didn't carry bags, so I don't.
Because my thing is, if the owner's plane of the team, I'm pretty sure.
Wait a
You
minute,
know,
you flew on a private
search-
jet with no bag, no luggage?
No, I'm talking about my
You just bought clothes
hypothesis.
when you got there?
Here's the thing, though.
It was like a day thing.
Okay.
A day.
Oh.
Here's the thing, though. You can
Did
be
you
on
go
a
through
private
TSA?
jet, but I'm
No,
sure-
you can rent.
sure-
No.
No.
Well, we
But
had
I'm
to.
sure
It was like a little
security
private
has
security thing. You had to
weapons.
just tell them
You know
what you
what I
had
mean?
with
So
you,
I'm
but it
sure
wasn't.
security guards and things have weapons on those planes. So again, that
Yeah.
Steve, like it could be. We don't know. The
Either
thing
or,
is
we
that
won't know till it come
if
up.
they find that that's his joint, and the NBA rules that that's his joint, we know it's just the 50 games. Then that's
Yeah.
where the trickle down effect can go into the thing where they'll try to push that more with the investigation back into what happened with that young boy. If one of his mans eat that thing, he's going to make that other shit this way because he still does have $200-something million. You can definitely
Which
make
is
that
true.
But it's.
You can
but-
make that
but
shit
listen,
go away.
He's gonna be good if that happens like that. But
He's
my
good,
thing
period.
is this though. No, I'm not talking about just him though. We got to look at it. This affects the morale of the whole team though, and that's the part that people aren't talking about. All his teammates,
Does
one or two maybe support. Yeah, because
Yeah,
who's supporting it?
cuz.
who's
They
no,
all
they're
go-
not.
they all-
Not
yes,
all
they
of them.
are.
Not all
The
of them.
coach
No,
was
they're
the only
not.
one that spoke
Who
against
Yo.
it, cuz.
Steven Adams then already said his little piece to him, bro.
What is
He
that?
done already talked about. Y'all
What
don't
is that?
watch First Take.
No.
Y'all go
Yes,
back
I
and
listen to
Google that.
First Take every day.
Why?
the
And then
podcast.
you saw it today then.
Well, nah,
Steven
what he said
Adams
was- all
talked
Steven
about the
Adams
whole
said
job
was that-
situation.
He talking about the whole team though. He said they were immature, and that he had that was before they even went out, and he did that. So that was the whole. That's why they're bringing light to the Steven Adams thing because he was saying like whoever mentioned earlier they need vets. Steven Adams said we just need to be more mature about things. But he's also saying that because of the Dylan Brooks with the Shannon Sharp situation, and then Dylan
Right.
Brooks with the
Right.
because he got suspended because he had the 6 texts. So he was just talking about
too many
the
texts.
whole team being immature, which goes back to my original premise. They're all 22, 23-year-old kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you
Rich
But
as
fuck.
money.
that's what I'm saying. But
with money and access to things that we don't have access to.
but
Yeah.
We
the
don't have access to.
expectations,
To work my whole
your
ass off
conduct,
my whole life and don't got none of the access to these motherfuckers.
your conduct expectations change when you go to certain levels. So certain shit that you do at one level, you can't do at the next level, and is
That's
that
common
maturity?
sense, cuz, but
Nah, absolutely. So are you going to make mistakes? Yeah, but your mistakes are going to cost you.
cuz it doesn't matter if you have
money.
200 million or $20, you can still be an immature 23-year-old asshole.
You can be,
like
but your consequences cost more when you have $200 million
that's
behind you.
Mr. Obvious. We know that.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like you're gonna have these problems. So at that point,
I
what you
agree.
lose. So exact. So
Hey,
what you
did y'all
lose
know it gets dark at nighttime?
Yeah.
So that's my point. You know
what
what?
you, what you lose in 200 million ain't the same
Is
thing
water
you lose
wet?
50,000.
We can have a whole show on if water's wet.
No. But go ahead, Sean.
But is it though? But is it though, Bob?
I mean,
Is
but
water
No,
wet?
water's not wet. For the same
box
reason
wet?
that a turd ain't covered in shit.
Box wet?
Yeah, box is wet as fuck.
Super duper.
That shit ain't water though.
Well,
Look at Eddie.
All right,
Eddie
this
can't tell-
new
Eddie
show.
can't
Look
even
at
sit
Shad
up
taking
and
his
look
head.
at that. Shad. So
Look.
again,
Look
it's
at
the
Shad.
news, right? And y'all can't. And LeBron, and y'all gotta understand too. Another thing with LeBron is LeBron was in the public spotlight since he was 15. That's a lot of time to groom.
But listen, that's the point. You hit a positive, great point. Even at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, he never made none of them mistakes like this. And he was younger.
They just was early.
Not like this, though. Not on this caliber.
You can't say that.
Not on this caliber, bro.
You can't. That's what I'm saying. But you don't know the mistakes people
And he
made
was
that
a
to get
younger
covered.
mindset.
But his mistakes could have been covered. You don't know what that was. The fact
And
that
but you know what? The
you got
fact
on
that
Instagram Live
but
and
that's-
did it is.
hold
is
on,
a
that's
different
even
story.
better. The fact that it didn't come public if he did do it.
Because everybody's not. Again, it goes back to what Chris Rock said. Everybody wants attention. So you jump on Instagram Live and you do some dumb shit. And it can't be taken back because everyone sees it as it's happening. So then it's like, now you got to deal with it however you have to deal with it. So you get the what if people pop out? What if something would have happened in there and he started shooting his gun off in the club? And then here come the
But that didn't happen,
nightclub act.
None of that
It didn't
happened.
happen. But it didn't happen. But it's the what if
What if
people
it
that come out
snows in
cause
July?
what if people are the ones that cause trouble?
There's things that would have.
Yo.
We've all been together, separate.
I'm
we've been
agreeing.
in a situation that could have cost us to be a what if. But
Absolutely agree.
So that's how you learn though. How else do you learn but from?
I'm not saying he's not going to learn from it. I'm saying I don't think we've seen the end. I'm saying I don't think we see the end of what the repercussions are from what he did. And I'm not going to say that
it's going to be harsher than what
I think that if these gun control people decide to take him and make an example out of him at the NBA, he's going to
Not
make
about
a whole
the
lot more
violence,
than
just
50
the
grand.
fact he had one.
Just the fact that you were in a nightclub with a gun on Instagram.
And I think that y'all are underestimating how much he means to the NBA.
Yo, how much one person means to the NBA versus the NBA.
I'm just saying, like, it wasn't that serious.
That's
we're saying,
one
so we're basically
dude.
saying
We all know you can lose one nigga. You can lose one at the expense of the league. We can let you go.
Bro,
You know,
it may go either way. I'm just
like,
see how it play out. Real talk.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah,
Either way.
can we see
We definitely
what
got the
happens
way you
before
see
we
it.
talk
I'm just
about
anxious
what
to see what
Hopefully
plays
the
out.
ball-
done after?
Hopefully he'll end up at no Senate hearing.
I will say though, real quick, because I know we're gonna get out of here soon. The original question, whose fault is it? Was it Ja Morant or was it his friends around him? And did you say somebody else?
His dad. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Just
Okay, so I think it's his fault, and I don't think his dad or his friends has control over what he does. I think he really does this shit on his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna blame his circle or his dad. I think when I was calling out his dad earlier, it wasn't the disrespect to say he's not trying. I just feel like he need to try a little harder, maybe, because his son's gonna fuck up his life if he does make the wrong decision. You know what I'm saying? But Bub, you're right. Like, you can't. He is a man with his own kids, so he's gonna tend to make his own decisions. And he has $200 million. You know what I'm saying? So I get it, but I think he's gonna get his shit together. I do think it's his fault though, but I also think he's gonna. I don't think that nothing's gonna really come of it. I think that he's gonna get his ish together. He's gonna keep all his money, and life is gonna go on. That's what I think.
Well, good deal.
I think it's his fault, but his circle is also his fault. And at some point, your circle got to say, "Yo, you're about to fuck up. Like you can't fuck this up. So this shit that you about to do, we're not doing that because you don't want to see somebody in your circle lose like that." So is the circle? Yeah, and I think that if they're not addressing some of the stuff that he's doing and holding him to a higher caliber, understanding what he has at risk and what he has to lose, then that's a problem as well. But it's going to take him to realize that you need your circle to step up as well. So maybe they all need to have to sit down and be like, I need y'all to hold me more accountable so I'm not doing shit like this. And then if they're not doing that, you got to find a new circle.
Steve, Bob, y'all got anything else?
The fault that we're talking about is his perception or actions?
Action.
Because we don't know what the actions was.
It'd be perception. I would say perception on my end.
It's the action. The gun's the action. That's not a perception.
Holding a gun?
It's the perception.
I think he's trying to portray an
why-
image because of what society says. Like he listens to Lil Baby. I think it's his favorite rapper. So again, he's young. He's trying. He's young and he's
I've been
impressionable
saying
still.
it. He's trying to be something he's not.
Do you know him?
I'm not
to
even
know
gonna say he's
what he
not.
is
I'm not
or
gonna
what
say
even
he's
trying?
not. I'm saying he's trying to be something that he shouldn't try to be because of who he is. I'm not gonna
you're
say
putting-
because he's
you're
not.
putting
You know
out-
what?
You're putting out
That
a
was
public
well
image.
said.
You're
That was
putting out a
well
public
said.
image that might be
Put
a
out.
private image. Like it's
For me,
you know,
I just think
you don't know if
that,
this dude got like threats and shit on his life and he need to carry it. Like you don't know. Like it might be
No,
some
that's
dumb
real.
shit going on.
I just
That's
think
real.
that I think that there's more behind. Just, like, you know what I mean? Here's the thing. I just think he made a mistake. He's 23. I made some crazy fucking mistakes when I was.
We all
23.
did.
And I know,
I
but
didn't.
I'm just talking about
23
for
was
me.
the perfect
For
year
me,
for me.
from my perspective,
I ain't do
and
shit
only
wrong
thing
at
I can do
23. 22
really
and
be like-
24, yeah, but 23, nah.
like I just
That
can't.
was the
like,
ideal 23-year-old in America.
I'm glad you were, but I was there, so you know what I mean. Like,
That was you don't remember because you was 25 and wilding, like you know what I mean.
exactly. So we was like, you know what I mean. But that's my thing.
But
I just think that
23, I
you
was.
got to stop losing sight because I think the bigger issue is that it proves that black men don't get the same fucking respect to just be considered. Oh, he was young.
You get the grace. We absolutely no.
That's the thing. He's
We
23.
absolutely do not.
Nobody was hurt whatsoever, and like you said, he just did something minorly stupid. Nobody got hurt for real, and none of that shit. So then the fact that he's just 23, black and rich, you expect like, nigga, take this money, shut up, and do what we tell you. And that's how it's supposed to be. Nah, he's young.
It's not how it's supposed to be. But then that's what I'm saying. But go back to the club. Now it's like he goes to the club and it's like, so y'all letting people come in here with pistols. So now they get a foul.
That little
Security's
dumbass
always
gun.
armed.
But it's a weapon. So now you've let somebody come into your
We know
establishment.
celebs have pull anyway.
My only thing was-
I'm just saying it's
Was
a
it
triple
real?
effect over a
a white
dumbass
celeb
video.
could bust out a fat line on a
And
table.
it happens all the time.
No one's gonna really care.
It
Like,
happens all the
like,
time. Nobody
like,
cares.
you
Nobody
got
cares until
status.
somebody picks up a
Fat
phone
line.
and makes a video of it. So nobody cares as
That's
long as it's
true.
not seen. So once you see it, it's a problem now. Because now you do a line on the table when somebody's like this. Now your fucking plug is shut down.
Well, whether he's a thug or
Got a
not,
point,
that's
but-
not the image he's supposed to be portraying. Bottom line, period.
At all.
Bottom line, period. Whether that's his real life, whether it's his pretend life, no matter what it is, that's not what you're supposed to put under that spotlight.
I can agree
At
with
all.
that. I can agree with that. But we still got to agree with young. And the fact that he's young, so he's learning. I think he's learning. He's gonna learn. Watch,
Yeah.
he'll learn.
We'll
Yo,
see.
They don't want to lose that status that he got.
Nah, you don't want to lose it. Stop doing dumb shit on social media. That's the point. Like when you do dumb
Social
shit,
media is
put your phone
definitely-
down.
That's true.
Like everything
That's
doesn't have to
true.
be fucking film. Like
Oh yeah.
that's the thing. The dumb shit that we've all done. There's no video.
Well,
But outside of that, there's no videos of us doing dumb shit.
they got
Nah,
pictures.
we
though.
have
They
video.
got
Pictures.
pictures.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like
We
it's
had pocket computers.
that's what I'm saying. Like this.
That's a good thing, though. In some
This
cases, that's a real good
yeah,
thing.
they have to.
But you can't-
the
but you
generation
can't
has to learn to
forget
put
that.
your phone down.
Like, you can't
Everything
get-
can't
like-
be in text messages and on Instagram and on Facebook and Snapchat and shit. Some of that shit, just put your phone down. Like
Yeah.
you giving evidence away.
Well, there we have it, folks. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. One and only GQ Podcast. So many other places you could be, but you decided to be here rocking with the Q, and we thank you.
I'm sorry for that.
So most of all, be happy, be safe, and be you. Q out.